Okay, match one with Eldrazi Poultice. We're on a play. And let's see, what do we have here? We have our combo, minus a 0-mana artifact, because we have Golem, Knack, and Golem Foundry. So we have Preordain that we can find more land and a 0-mana artifact with. Yep, this is probably good enough. If it's got 3 of our 4 combo pieces, I really do not want to throw it away. Alright, we don't need another Banishing Knack, but we will take another island. Pass the turn. Alright, there's our Herbal Poultice. So we have the combo completely online, except we need to cast our Battered Golem, and then cast Golem Foundry, and hopefully be able to cast Banishing Knack in that same turn. Looks like we're playing against Kuldotha Jeskai, which is not good for us, because they're going to have a ton of different bolts to kill our creatures with. Also, Dispel cannot counter a Journey to Nowhere if that's what they use. Life gain is irrelevant, luckily enough, since we can go infinite with all of our damage sources. Replay Prism. And we drew another Poultice. So I'll cast one so I don't have to discard a hand size. Ichor Wellspring comes down. And our opponent quickens the clock with the Skyfisher. A Nettle Drone. Alright. I'll cast another Poultice, I suppose, and pass the turn. So we need to find a land, play Golem, and then another land, play Foundry and Banishing Knack. Golem Foundry is one of the better ways that we can have the last part of our combo because it has haste effectively. Whereas if we played Golem and planned on bouncing Herbal Poultice many times and triggering a Nettle Drone, we have to wait a turn until Nettle Drone can start to tap. Whereas we do not have to do that with the Foundry. Alright, we got 2 lands, so this is going to have to be good enough. We need all of them. Next turn we can play Battered Golem with the spell up, and then the next turn we can go for it. We're going to have to block a Goblin though, and go to 1, and have our opponent not have any burn, or us to be able to counter the burn with this spell. But I suppose that's what happens when it takes that long to draw your 3rd land. Alright, can we stabilize? Here's the Golem. I'm going to fall to 6. Alright, our opponent's attacking us. We have to block. Go to 1. Can we do it? Come on. No burn, no burn, no burn. They play an artifact, so we get to untap our Golem. Alright. If our opponent has any burn for our face or for the Golem, we lose. And actually, I think we're dead anyway, aren't we? Oh, I've been sitting here thinking about this, and I haven't done quite enough practice matches, obviously, to know this, but after I get infinite counters on the Golem Foundry, I actually get additional untaps with my Battered Golem. So I can actually bounce all of their creatures to their hand. We're probably going to die here with a burn spell pointed at our face anyway, but what we could do is bounce this Herbal Poultice 1,000 times, make 1,000 counters on the Golem Foundry, and then start removing these to make artifact creatures to untap the Golem some more so I can get extra bounces and remove all their creatures so they can't attack us. Always yes, always yield. And if our opponent just has no burn here, we could potentially win. Alright, I'm going to skip ahead and let you guys know the outcome. And it looks like our opponent has had enough of our shenanigans. We got to 6 counters on our Golem Foundry, and they decided to bolt our face. So I guess they wanted to see what was up before they killed us. And they now see what is up. And we go to -2. Alright, let's sideboard. So I want to bring in the 2 Hydroblast against the Galvanic Blast and the Lightning Bolts. You can also counter Kuldotha Rebirth. I will cut in Apostle's Blessing. Although that can protect against Journey to Nowhere, can't it? It's very hard to sideboard with this deck because everything is either pieces of the combo, pieces to help you find the combo, or things to protect your creatures. And Hydroblast, I guess I could bring it in over Dispel, but I don't really want to bring Dispel out. I think I'm going to settle for cutting 1 Dispel and 1 Herbal Poultice. And submit this. Alright, we get to be on the play again. And now we have to combo off 2 times in a row. So we have the combo. We have Golem, Knack, Poultice, Spellfist for infinite everything. We just need lands. And I don't think we can be greedy and ship this. When we're playing 19 lands, we can't really expect to draw, 3 lands in hand all the time. So we need to draw running lands, and we need our opponent not to kill either our Spellfist or our Golem. Which is a big ask, but that's kind of what we were in for whenever we selected this deck. A Ponder, okay. Show me the lands. Alright, no lands here, so these definitely have to go away. And no lands again. Pass the turn. Prism for them. And no land for us, so we will not discard a hand size here. They play Glinthawk and replay Prism. We found a land, and we have a backup Spellfist now, which is pretty nice. Kuldotha Jeskai is a deck with a ton of removal, though. Lots of Journeys, lots of Bolts, lots of Galvanic Blast, so this is definitely a tough matchup for us. We prefer a matchup with very little creature removal and very little counterspells. And while they do not have counterspells, they do have plenty of creature removal. Alright, they're playing a Skyfisher and a Prism. Show me the untapped land for Golem, please. Alright. Well, Evolving Wilds is not the worst. It does delay us another turn, and how long it'll take us before we win. We also have an extra Banishing Knack, so if we decide to Banishing Knack a Golem and they kill it, then we can always try again with the Nettle Drone. So yeah, 2 Banishing Knack, 2 creatures to put them on, 2 Elusive Spellfist, 2 of these. So we actually have 2 of each part of our 4-part combo, which is pretty good for us. However, if they just deal with both the Elusive Spellfist, for example, actually even if they deal with both the Elusive Spellfist, it doesn't matter because we can Banishing Knack the Golem and use the Nettle Drone as our win condition. Go find our single mountain. Alright. I could preordain first, but then if I don't hit an untapped land, it just delays me another turn. So I'm just going to cast the Golem here. Most likely into our opponent's removal spell. But there's a chance that they don't have one. Nope, they have a Bolt, okay. So we're taking 6 here and falling down to 8, and then the turn after they probably have us dead to attacks plus maybe another burn spell. Alright, coming over for 6. Once again, I could be greedy and play a Preordain or a Ponder first and try to hit another untapped land, but I have to go with the only route to victory I really have, which is making sure this Nettle Drone resolves its turn. So that next turn I can Banishing Knack it, keep on bouncing Herbal Poultice over and over again, and attack with a lethal Elusive Spellfist. But we get Firebolted, targeting our face. That's the last 2 damage they need, and we will die. Alright, well, match 1 down, and we're going to try to find a opponent who has a little bit less creature removal.